Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we're taking a deep dive into one of the most formidable vessels in the U.S. Navy, the aircraft carrier USS Theodore Roosevelt, hull number CVN-71. We'll explore what makes this ship special, from its exterior profile to its interior spaces, what it's capable of in operation, the cost involved in keeping it at peak readiness, and why it remains relevant in modern naval power. When you first look at the Theodore Roosevelt, you are struck by its sheer size and presence on the water. As a Nimitz-class nuclear-powered aircraft carrier, it measures over 1,000 feet in length and features a massive flight deck, angled and expansive, designed to launch and recover fixed-wing aircraft and helicopters. The flight deck alone is a spectacle. You'll see catapults, arresting cables, aircraft elevators rising from below decks, and the island superstructure rising above the deck with radar, control towers, smokestacks and the ship's distinctive mast configuration. The hull is clean and seaworthy, with a bow slicing through waves, and the ship's silhouette dominates the horizon when it's underway. When underway, the smokestacks, the comms arrays, and the deck activity all combine for an impression of controlled chaos, but that chaos is orchestrated. The exterior also shows the modular construction that the ship employed during its build, a fact celebrated in naval publications. Inside, though we often focus on the outside and the flight deck, the interior of CVN-71 is equally impressive. Below deck you have hangar bays large enough to house dozens of fighter jets, helicopters, support aircraft, with room for maintenance, refueling, weapon staging, and service support. The carrier's engineering spaces are vast: nuclear reactor compartments, propulsion shafts, turbo generators, huge electrical distribution networks, ventilation for the flight deck and aviation support. In the living quarters you find crew berthing, mess halls, recreation spaces, medical facilities, and operational centers. Although publicly available photos are limited, it's known that during its refueling and complex overhaul (RCOH) at Newport News Shipbuilding, nearly every space in the ship was upgraded: tanks, piping, hull plates, ventilation, electrical, combat and aviation systems. The flight deck itself deserves a closer look. When you're standing on or observing from an aircraft poised for launch, you see the catapult steam pistons, jacks, deck crew in colored jerseys signaling launch and recovery operations, jets thundering down the deck, arrestor cables snapping supersonic aircraft to a halt, the deck moving under your feet. The deck surfaces have different shades of non-skid coating due to exposure and wear, which is a detail model builders comment on, but it reflects real operational wear and maintenance cycles. The exterior infrastructure supports intense air operations. The island, with radar and command centers, the elevators that lift aircraft from hangar bay to deck level, the robust catapult system and arresting gear. And because CVN-71 has undergone modernization, including to support newer aircraft like the F-35C, its exterior flight deck and island reflect this updated capability. When it comes to performance, that's where CVN-71 really shines. Powered by two A4W nuclear reactors and twin shafts, this carrier can sustain high speeds, often quoted as over 30 knots, and unlimited range so long as the nuclear fuel lasts. The carrier strike group it leads is able to deploy globally for long durations without refueling for propulsion. The modernization and overhaul extended the service life and enhanced capability to generate sorties, support a large air wing, and interface with newer aircraft and systems. During its recent overhaul it underwent extensive testing, sea trials, and returned to service ready for advanced operations. Its performance in real operations has included launch and recovery of aircraft in high-tempo deployments, power projection, presence missions, and readiness in diverse areas from the Pacific to the Middle East. In terms of interior usability and comfort, while this is a warship and not a luxury liner, the carrier is designed to support around 5,000 personnel including the air wing. That means living quarters are dense, but facilities are present for dining, mess decks, recreation, shipboard medical facilities, and command spaces. The interior workspaces include operations centers, flight control, hangar maintenance, engineering rooms, weapon magazines, and supply chains. The modernization ensured that many of these internal systems meet current operational standards, which improves habitability, safety, and operational readiness. Now let's talk cost and value. While price, in the conventional sense of buying a ship, doesn't entirely apply, and we aren't discussing price of sale since this is a government asset, the RCOH cost and lifetime maintenance of CVN-71 give a sense of the investment required. During the major overhaul at Newport News Shipbuilding, more than 24 million man-hours of work were logged, and the ship was refueled, had hull, piping, ventilation, electrical, combat and aviation systems upgraded, enabling the vessel to serve into the remaining 23 years of its 50-year service life. The value this brings to the fleet is significant: extended service life, upgraded systems, ability to support modern aircraft, and thus future relevancy. From a strategic perspective, that's a high-value investment. While I don't have a precise cost per knot, or cost per flight hour, for CVN-71 publicly available, one can infer that the investment per year of service is immense but justified in terms of capability and presence. From a viewer's standpoint, you might ask, what's the price of operating this mighty ship? Fuel in terms of propulsion is essentially eliminated thanks to nuclear power, though aviation fuel, aircraft maintenance, crew logistics, and support still carry major ongoing costs. The ship also requires periodic maintenance, port visits, upgrades, all part of the life cycle cost. The modernization example referenced above shows that when you invest heavily, you extend service life substantially. That makes each deployment more cost-efficient over time. So what does all this mean in practical terms for CVN-71? It means you have a ship that presents global reach, sustained operations, substantial internal volume for aircraft and support systems, a robust exterior flight deck that enables power projection, and interior systems and living spaces updated to 21st century standards. It means readiness for modern aircraft, advanced missions, and extended lifespan with upgraded infrastructure. There are, of course, trade-offs. Living spaces are crowded compared to shore life. Maintenance and logistic tail are huge. The exterior hull and deck require constant upkeep due to operational wear from aircraft, saltwater, deck operations. Even the finest carriers need regular maintenance periods and dry docking. Operational tempo can stress systems and crew alike. If you're planning content for a video, you might intersperse shots of the exterior flight deck operations, hangar bay interior imagery, engineering spaces, and return to service footage after the overhaul. Talk through the transformation the ship underwent during RCOH, highlight the technical leap it made, and then drive home how that supports performance and capability. Explain using simple analogies, e.g., compare the ship's size to city blocks. Explain the flight deck like a moving airport on water. In closing, the USS Theodore Roosevelt is a testament to naval engineering, operational endurance, and strategic value. From its sweeping exterior profile to its deep internal spaces, from the raw performance of nuclear-powered propulsion and aircraft operations to the heavy investment required to keep it at peak readiness, this carrier exemplifies what a modern supercarrier must be. Whether you're covering interior features, exterior operations, performance numbers, or lifecycle cost and investment, you've got a rich story to tell, and one that conveys power, scale, and purpose. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell icon if you want more deep dives like this. Leave a comment below if you'd like a breakdown of the air wing, specific aircraft, or the systems inside the ship. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the blue horizon.